Here's your problem. You find something new, and then you get hella excited. You find something new, you get hella excited. You're like, oh my god, this is gonna be it. This is my big break. And then you start planning out like hella big shit in your mind, right? And then what happens? A few days last, maybe 2 or 3 days. Let's say it's the gym again. Again, we're talking about the gym again, yet again, right? Let's say you're like, okay, this workout program is gonna be the best thing that's ever happened to me. And you're planning so many things in your head. You're like, oh my god, this is gonna be it. And then what happens after 2 or 3 days? You fall off. Let's say you're starting meditation or reading too. You're like, I'm gonna read 30 books in 30 days. Or let's make something more realistic. Let's say you were like, oh, I wanna read a book a week. The funny thing is, I said that. That's my goal right now. But yeah, that's your problem. You find something, you get very excited about it, you get the initial boost of energy, burst of energy, and then you plan so many things. Like your goals are so big within the first 30 minutes of like learning something, and then you fall off. And then you repeat that cycle, nothing changes. And you're a fool if you don't change what you do and you're expecting different results. Yet here we are. But we that this is for me too. Because this is literally what I do. This is literally what happened with the YouTube channel. I've uploaded my first 20 videos, right? And when I was starting it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna post a video every single day. Or at least 5 videos per week. What happened? Okay. The content was kind of shit, not gonna lie. Because I was just like rushing through everything. I wasn't even thinking things through properly. And then you get tired. Like you burn out a bit. You're like, what the fuck? Because I know why you do all this like big planning and all that. Because I do that too. Because you want fast results. That's what you want. And then we're in the same cycle. Here's how the cycle like goes. You find something new. You plan a lot of things, right? You plan very big things. Let's say if it's a gym, you're like, I want to go 6 days a week. That's a lot. That's actually a lot for a beginner. And that's what we are. When we find something new, that we are a beginner. But our ego, my ego included, does not like that. You don't like being the beginner. You want to be good at something immediately, right? Perfectionism, ego, whatever you want to call it, right? And that's our downfall. Let me tell you that. That's our downfall because we find something new. The volume we want to do is so high that we can't stick with it, and then you burn out and you fall off. And why does that happen? Because it's because of like the initial boost of motivation, right? And that, let's be honest, does not last. It might be there for, let's say, a maximum of 3 days. All right. But by the way, this is a new mic edition because I watched my earlier videos and bro, the audio was so shit. I got scammed by that Amazon store. Don't trust in everything online. Don't. But yeah, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you want to see results, see, I bring it back to the gym all the time because that's where I've seen the most results, and that's what I've dedicated like the past 2 years of my life to. I wanted to get in my current physique. I wanted my current physique 2 years ago. So that's literally what I dedicated my life to. Nothing else. I'll be very honest. Did not want money. Did not want anything. Just wanted to get in shape. And what happened? I got in shape. See, it's very simple. It's very simple because people make things so overcomplicated. Myself included, right? But the thing about weightlifting or like getting in shape and everything is you just choose a vehicle. You choose a vehicle. What do I mean by that? It can be weightlifting, it can be CrossFit, it can be cardio, based on your goal, right? It can be powerlifting too. It can be anything based on your goals. So what do you have to do? You gotta get clear about what you want. You gotta get clear about what you want, and then you start small. You always have to start small. See, I know that's your ego. Like that's actually your ego, because you don't want to start small. You don't want to look like the noob. You don't want to look like the newbie, right? You want to go there. You want to look like you've been doing this for years. You want to look professional. But the thing is, you can't look professional if you aren't willing to look like a noob. Like, I used to play Dota before, and the thing is, you have to start off by being confused, and then you're like, oh, how do I do this one? And then you learn that, and then you learn the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and before you know it, you're good at playing the hero, right? But for some reason, that we don't apply that to our real life. You want to immediately get good at something, and I know that because that's the trap I've been falling into myself. Like, you want to get good at something, and that I admire, because that's your drive, right? But the thing is, your drive has to be realistic too. Because if you are doing what we've been talking about right now, finding something new, starting way too big, thinking way too big at the start, and then falling off, you're bound to fall off because your expectation is so high. You want results to come by so fast. It's just not gonna work. It's like a farmer. It's like a farmer who, let's say it's the season to sow something, right? And he does that. And instead of like letting nature play, like nature do its thing within like the time frame, right? So there's, you plant, you take care of the plants, and then you harvest, right? That's the cycle. If he if he thinks, oh, okay, I'm gonna sow this plant, I'm gonna like do so much work in 2 days, and then it should be there. That does not work, and that's what we're doing right now, right? Like literally, I'm saying we because I do the same thing. Like I literally did the same thing with this YouTube channel. And what happened? I stopped posting for a week. But thankfully, I want to do this. So I'm back at it. And that's how my fitness journey went too. Like when I started, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start by going 5-6 times a week. And the thing is, you have to start like you have to like what you do, right? In order to like what you do, you have to see some kind of results that you want to see. Like that's literally how it works. Even the gym. Right now, I can go 5 to 6 times a week because I've been doing that for the past 3 years. And I see the results. So I'm like, okay, if I go to the gym, I'm going to see results. I like the results, so I'm going to keep going. That's literally, it's not that complicated. But we like to complicate things. I don't know why. But yeah, here's what you do. Here's what you do. You become a scientist. What do I mean by that? Trial and error. Trial and error. Start off small. I'm telling you, start off small. Let's bring it to meditation. If you want to start meditation, meditate 2 minutes per day. I know that sounds very easy right now. But the most important part is showing up. Does not matter. It's consistency over intensity. Consistency over intensity. Right? The progress I would have made if I just, you feel me? It's frustrating because like you're aware of it, but you don't want to do it because, like I said, it's your ego. You want to be good at it. You want to like say, oh, I meditate for like 30 minutes per day, and then at the end of my meditation, I like levitate for 5 minutes. You know? But it's just not possible. So you have to start small. That's what I'm learning myself. So what am I going to do with this YouTube channel? I'm going to start by posting 2 times a week. That hurts my ego, right? Because right now we're in this weird ass time. Because online, everyone, I don't know if I'm just in that space or if you guys are seeing the same thing, but everyone's like, I do this in the morning, and this during the day. I get this much done before you. How long have they been doing this for? That's the first question. Because if they've been doing that for 3-4 years, or building it up for 3-4 years, of course they're gonna do that much. And you can't compare it because you're just starting out. You're just starting out, and you can't compare yourself to people who've been doing the thing you want to do for 3, 4, 5 years. Of course, they're gonna be ahead. They probably came before you, right? So that's just a very flawed way of seeing, like, viewing things. So what do we do? Trial and error. Start by 2 minutes per day with meditation. Start meditating 2 minutes per day. And what happens? Be aware of things. Be aware of what works for you. What do I mean by that? Let's say 2 minutes. You've been doing it for consistently. You've been doing it for a month. That's when you progressive overload. Because in the gym, if you go to the gym, you know what progressive overload means. And life is exactly like the gym, bro. I'm not joking. That's why I urge people to go to the gym, because you learn a lot of things. In the gym, you can't go to the gym and just say, I'm gonna bench 200 kgs today. You gotta build up to that. So 200 kgs, that's your goal. Now, what do you do to build up to that? You show up at the gym every day. Not every day. See, you see how you show up to the gym consistently. That can be 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Okay? Depending on who you are and what you want, right? And then you build up. You slowly build up. First, you bench 50 kgs. You do that for a week, let's say, or 2 weeks. You slightly increase it. After 2 weeks, you try to do 55. Once you get comfortable with 55, you go to 60. 60 is a bit too much. Go to 57.5. That's still progress over perfection. Right? So this is literally what you do. Trial and error and progressive overload. Don't try to do exactly what other people do. Extract what you like from what other people do, and then add it to your life. Because when I was young, I used to do this a lot. I used to watch people online, and I used to try to copy exactly the same thing they used to do. Let's say a daily routine. I used to copy exactly what they used to do. Try to copy, which never works. Why? Because first of all, you guys are different people. Second of all, your situation is completely different. Alright? So what he or she does, you can't do exactly the same thing because your life situation is different. You probably have some different things going on. They probably have some different things going on. So you extract things from the people you like what they do, how they think, and then you extract the things that you like that you can apply to your own life, and you improve it incrementally. Right? So what do? Trial and error. See what works for you. Trust me, you can't copy and paste what works for other people. You can't. If you can, maybe you're a clone. I don't know. But in my experience, that never worked. That always led to disappointment, bro. Trust me. And second, the third reason why you can't copy and paste is because they might be at a higher level than you are. And that's fine, because they might have been doing it for longer than you have. Like I said before, you can't compare yourself to other people like that. Because if they were doing it, if someone was going to the gym for 10 years, who has been going to the gym for 10 years, and you've been going to the gym for a year, you can't say, oh my God, I feel bad because that person can lift more than me. That person's been lifting for 10 years and you just started doing it. Of course that person can lift more than you. He's been doing that for 10 years. Put things in perspective. You always have to start small. If you don't start small, you're going to repeat the cycle. Trust me, you are going to repeat the cycle. It hurts me to say that right now because I know it's true, but I don't want to accept it. And my ego's going all crazy right now. They're like, nah, you can do it. You're a different breed. How people think these days. I'm a different breed. I'm a different type of person. I'm always driven. Sure, that's cool if that's you. But if I'm being very honest, I gotta start small. Like, if I'm being very honest, that, like, you take a hit to the ego for sure. But do you want to satisfy your ego, or do you want actual progress? Actual progress actually comes from consistency, not intensity, bro. Trust me. With anything, the gym, reading, meditation, making money, like even the making money part, you start off with such a big goal, and when you don't hit it in the time frame you wanna hit it, then you start feeling demotivated. You're like, this shit's not gonna work. No, your shit was just too wild. Like, you have to take baby steps. You can't expect a baby to just like pop out and then say, "Oh, you gotta run or you're a failure." No. First, the baby's gonna like learn how to stand up, like sit straight. And then the baby's gonna learn how to crawl. Then the baby's gonna like take a few steps, fall. Take a few steps, fall. Oh, now he can take like a lot of steps. He can walk. And then, oh shit, now the baby's running. The baby's jumping. Control that baby. You feel me? You can't like take baby steps. I'm telling you. As much as your ego takes a hit, take baby steps. Literally, take baby steps. And stop labeling yourself a failure just because you got to take baby steps. Understand things. Understand things. Okay? So, main takeaways from this yapping session. This is what I'm going to call it. Yapping sessions with D. Main takeaways. Start small. Through trial and error, figure out what works for you. And consistency over intensity. I'm telling this to myself. Consistency over intensity. Okay? Now I gotta go do some assignments and shit. So, ciao, ciao. See y'all.